Hello wonderful viewers, you are welcome once again to KNUST News File. My name is Tebe Peter, and as usual I'll be taking you through some stuff. This time around it's all about KNUST. As the KNUST Students Portal, and as you can see from my interface, we have the AMAP logo here. That is the Academic Information Manager app, right, or application that basically manages everything academic about students in KNUST. But then there's a web version of the AMAP where I think most of you will be familiar with, because the AMAP sometimes automatically logs you out and then you have to start all over again. Alright, so before we get into the Students Portal and all about it, your credentials, retrieving your credentials, those of you that have not received your messages or are still waiting for your messages, there's an easy way you can get your credentials. You can proceed with whatever that you want to use your credentials for. Okay, so before we get into that, I would like you to subscribe to this channel, like the videos, share, and then turn on the notification button for more. Alright, so let's get started with the Students Portal. So there are differences between the Students Portal and then the AMAP itself. As you can see from here, you can download the app. That is for those using the mobile phone. It's easy for you to download the AMAP, the AIM app from this place. You just tap on it and then it takes you to what, Play Store or Apple Store or wherever, so that you get to what, download it. Alright, so the differences between the two is that the Students Portal is web-based, right? You would have to have a browser to have access to it. But then the AMAP is an app which you have to download before you access your particulars, right? And then the AMAP has news feed. That's where they post blogs about things happening in KNUST, but it's not regular, right? If there's an event or something has happened which needs the attention of students, or which they want to inform the entire student populace, they just post it there. But then you don't receive notifications. You would have to log in and then go there to have access to those stuffs, right? And then with the web portal, there's nothing like that. Okay, it's strictly business. You come there and then you come and do what you want to do, and then you leave, right? So the Students Portal also does not require your email. That is your student's email address. We will look at that. We'll talk about the email address. But then the Student Portal does not require your email address. Initially, the AMAP was like that, but then due to updates, we are now using the student's email address. So as a first year who does not have access to the email address, you may find it difficult accessing the app, right? But then we get to see how to retrieve it or get it and then use it. So that is that. We'll go inside the portal, but before that I'll show you how to get your credentials or reset your password. That's the simplest way you can get all your credentials. Okay, but then before you venture into that, you need the active email account you use in filling your school form, right? That's why they ask you to provide that. It's not that it's not necessary. So some of you provided emails that were not functioning, or they just use somebody's email for the sake of feeling sick, right? You are not convinced enough of the reason why you are inputting the email. But here is the case where you would need it at this moment, right? So with the Students Portal, you use your username and then password and then your student ID. So if you don't have the username, you cannot access it, right? But if you have your student ID, you can find your way through all this. Okay, so I'll show you how the usernames are derived, so that for those of you who have not had your credentials, you follow and then get yours as soon as possible. But know that I said you would need the active email account you use in filling the form. So for example, let's begin. For example, someone that has two names, right? Let me enter my name here. Okay, so these are my names, only two names, right? So what the school does is that it picks the first letter of the name. It is done according to how you arrange your name on the form, right? It is done according to how you arrange your name on the form. So whatever document that the school has given you with your full name, that arrangement is what you are going to use. So Peter Tabie here is 2 names, right? So they pick the first letter of what? The first name, and then because it's 2, they add the Tabie to the P, making what? Peter B. That will be my username. But then let's look at the case where you have 3 or 4 names, right? So let me enter Kwame Osei Poku, right? So Kwame Osei Poku, that is 3 names, right? This is how Kwame used or arranged his names when he was filling the school's what form. So they picked the first letter of what? Kwame, that is K. So I'll enter that into the bracket so that you see. So that's the first letter of what? Kwame, right? K. And then the first letter of what? Osei, which is O. And note, the usernames are always in small letters, right? Or lower cases. There are no upper cases or capital letters. And then since they've taken the initials of the first 2 names, then what? They add the last name, that is Poku. So Poku, right? So if Kwame wants to what? Have access to his credentials, he would what? Use this formula, the first letter of his first name, in accordance to how he filled the form. The first letter of his first name, the second letter of his second name, and then the full last name, right, which is Poku. And then he would add his what? His student ID, which is the 8 digits or the student application or serial number that you had when you bought the forms or the voucher, right? So you don't need to enter a password because you don't know. That's what you are going to look for, right? So you enter the 8 names, but then I'm going to use my credentials and then show you how it is done. So let me input that and we get set. Alright, so I've entered my username and then my student ID, right? So now we are going to generate what? Our password. Note, this is for those who have forgotten their password, who have not received their credentials, right? And then the credentials, when you receive it, you have to reset the password before it works, right? You have to reset the password. So resetting the password gives you the chance to use what? A password you are familiar with, because what the school will give you is just some alphabets and numbers which you cannot memorize. So it gives you an opportunity to what? To provide a password that you can remember at any time or anywhere, right? And then once the credentials are sent to you, you cannot use them until you've reset the password. So if you are facing challenges with accessing any of the portals or any of the KNUST online platforms with your credentials, meanwhile you've not reset the password, that's where you face the challenge of what? Errors, right? So now I'm going to click on the forgot password, but then look at here, it says well, create a ticket. The create a ticket is used to create or used to lodge a complaint, right? So in the form of what? A ticket. You enter, let's go there and then go and see what is there. So this is what? The ticket platform where you generate your ticket. So you'll be asked for the email address. That is the email address you use in filling the school's form. Your full name, the phone number, and then EXT is the extension. That is 233. And then student ID or staff ID. You're a student or a staff. You are lodging your complaint using this platform. And then the school Vodafone number, right? Alright, and then the topic. You click on it, it gives you a variety of topics to choose from. So admissions, IDL, postgraduate, undergraduate, whatever problem that you are facing, you just come and generate your ticket here. And then the help desk will respond to you. Okay, so with the portal, you can just select the Students Portal and then tell them your reason, or you generate the ticket. They'll ask you what your problem is or help you solve your problem. Right, so let's go back to the portal and then continue. So I'm going to use the forgot password, right? So this is what the next stage after clicking on the forgot password, right? You go through 3 steps. 1, you enter your student ID. 2, you confirm what? The email address, but then you cannot change it because they are only showing you the email address in which it is going. So if you have or you know about it, then you go and find it. And then 3, confirms that what? The link to reset your password has been sent. So you go there and what? And continue. So I would show you all that. Okay. Now let me enter my student ID. So I've entered my ID. I'll come and click on continue. So this is step 2. This is the first letter of my email and then the last number of the email address name and then at gmail.com. So as I said, this only displays what? The email address to which your password reset link has been sent, right? So now let's go to step 3. So this is step 3. A password reset has been sent to my email address. So I'll just go to my email address and then show you. But before we go to my email address, I would like to talk about this. The email that is being sent goes to your spam, right? Your spam box. So you can't find the email in your normal email messages. You would have to go to the spam section and then find it. Those of you using iPhone, when you get the message, if you do not report not, there's a button there that says report not spam. If you don't tap on that button to make it a normal message, you won't have access to the link, right? The here, that is where you are supposed to click on. It is always blue, but if it is a spam, you won't have that link there, or you won't have that blue color. So you have to report it so that it goes as a normal message. Then you can click on it. So I'll open my email and then show you what the message and then how you proceed. All right, so this is my email page, but then I've already reported my destination as not spam, so it is here. But then let me show you my spam. Okay, so initially you see, when I registered my courses, it came to my spam section, so I have to come here and then check. So if you do anything concerning the email and then the school, you would always have to come to your spam messages to find it, right? So this is it. This is the spam. So you click on it and then you reset. So let me go back and then you reset. So this is it. So this is the here. You click on this here so that you have access to the link to the portal to make your changes. So let me click on it. Alright, so your username is already there. You don't need to enter it. And then it says new password and then confirm new password. You enter the new password and then you enter to confirm. And then the password is reset. Then you go back and log in. So that is that about resetting the password and getting your credentials. Let's go inside the portal. Alright, so this is my students portal. But before then, those that have the 4 names, 5 names and all that, you use the same format as previously. That is the 2 and then the 3. But then make sure that the last name in your arrangement should appear in full, right? But then the others should be just the initials. So this is the portal, right? This is the students portal. You have everything here. You check your results, course registration, your status checker, access lecturer, bill and payments, option change, virtual classroom, graduation transcript and all that, right? So we are going to look at what is inside each so that you get to. So with the aim app is the same way. When you log in, you see your profile picture or your passport picture. That is the passport picture you uploaded when you're filling the form. So basically the reason why they tell you that when you provide wrong information will disqualify you is because of these things, because your picture cannot be here and then a different name, or a different name and then a different picture. It doesn't match. It won't even fit well. So this is the dashboard, right? This is the dashboard. When we talk of the dashboard, that's where it's like a tree where the branches of the tree are. So if you want to go to this branch, you just come to the dashboard, then you go there, or you jump to another one. We are going to look at each of them one after the other and see what they have for us. So let's begin with the first one, that is the status checker. Discover your academic standing for the current academic year. So the status checker talks all about your academic standing for that semester, right? Everything relating to your academics for the semester. Okay, so as the semester is beginning, that's the first semester of the 2023 academic year. First semester, right? It's beginning, and then as you can see, we have barely done something. So most of the statuses will not be activated or will not be tagged positive. So let's go inside and see what is there. Okay, so this is academic status checker, right? So everything concerning your academics should be here, and then your statuses will be identified. All right, so here we have fee status, biometric verification status, course registration status, trail status, lecturer assessment status, tag status, right? So the fee status should be ticked green if and only if you've paid your fees. If you've paid your fees, it will take green, just like this one, right? And if you've done your biometrics, that is using that device either at Kingsley Hayford or the various halls when you reported. When you do the biometrics, it will also take green, so you can check for yourself for your status and see if it is like that. If it is not like that, then you have a problem, right? That's where you go you go and create the ticket, and then you state your issue, or you go to UITS at Kingsley Hayford and lodge your complaint, right? So we see course registration, that is you register the courses for the first semester, and then you print out your slip and sign and submit to your department, right? And you have trail status. When we talk of trail, we are referring to fail, or let me put it this way, when we talk of trail, we are talking of not making the pass mark of a particular program. Can you see here the pass is 40, so if you get below 40, that means you've thrown a particular course. So always try your best to avoid trails, because when you trail, you come and rewrite that paper again, okay? And I'm sure during the orientations they made emphasis on these things, right? And then we have lecturer assessment status. This only pops up when we are about writing exams. They want to assess or analyze all what the lecturers have done, their methods of teaching, the materials they provided, and all that, everything concerning their work towards you or their service towards you. So it's very important you participate. HESA, I think, recently won the college that participated most in the lecturer assessment. It's very important. And then the tag status, whether you've been withdrawn or you have a particular tag, right? That is what is here. It's supposed to come if there is any, right? You do not have any specific tag status for the semester, the first semester, okay? So that is that about the academic status checker, right? So you check your status for everything concerning your academic, your fees, your biometrics, your trail status, your course registration. And as I said, if you've done any of these and still you have them ticked red or marked red, then you lodge your complaint using the ticket, or you visit the UITS office. Okay, so let's use the next branch, that is the course registration. Alright, so this is my course registration portal. Everything is a step-by-step procedure. You have to read a lot, but then most of the times we just ignore and then just jump forward and then go and conclude everything and leave. So proceed to course registration. Because I've registered my courses already, there are some buttons when I click, they will tell me that this particular program has been registered, this and that has been registered. So I'll just talk about the course code, course name, and then the credit hours, and then leave it there. So if you are registering your courses, you just proceed from here. Okay, so for the first semester, I'll be doing a course with a course code ACF 255, right? That is financial accounting 1. That means I'll do a 2, and probably if there's a 3, I'll do it. So financial accounting 1, it has 2 credit hours, which means in every week I should attend an accounting class for 2 hours. So maybe in a day in a week I would attend it for 1 hour, or a day in a week I would attend it 2 hours, right? That is at a go. Or I'll attend 1 hour maybe probably on Monday, then I'll attend another hour on Thursday, making 2 hours. Or I'll just sit for 2 hours on Wednesday, and that is all. You do not determine when the lecturers come. It's your timetable that determines that, right? So the same way for the introduction to artificial intelligence, and then survey of programming languages is also 3 hours. So you cannot sit for more than 3 hours. So you sit 1 hour, or you sit 2 hours, right? Or you sit 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. But mostly it's 1 hour and then 2 hours. So let's say Monday you go for 1 hour, another day you go for 2 hours, right? Or you go for 2 hours and then another day you go for 1 hour. That making 3 hours. So these are the course credit hours, right? So for every course you have the credit hours and the name and the course code. So the course code will be used during exams. You'll be given the shading sheet, where you shade only the course code. It's very important to keep that in mind. But most of the times it's always on the exams paper, except for those that are online. But then those that you need to shade, can you still have OBJ? Like you do OBJ, so you'll be taking, right? Or shading, you'll be shading a lot. And then you shade the course codes. Make sure you shade the course codes. If you share the wrong course code, and then they are scannables. So if the machine or whatever that is picking your marks takes the course code and then gives your mark to what another course, you are in trouble, right? Okay, so I've registered my courses already, so I will not need to go back. But then I'll talk about something. We call something deferred courses and then what undeferred courses. The deferred courses are the courses that you do not want to do, but then you shouldn't do that because it will pile up, right? You should just do all the courses and move forward. And then the undeferred courses are the courses that what you've like agreed to do all of them. So when you move to the next stage, you see deferred credit hours. Let's say you defer human computer interaction, which has a credit hours of 2. That means your deferred credit hours is 2. So that means you owe the school 2 credit hours for that particular course. Okay, so you do it before you even graduate. Not even graduate, you do it before you graduate, right? If not, your thing is invalid, right? That's it about the online course registration. Let's go to the registration slip. All right, so this is what the registration slip, where you check for what the courses that you've registered. So let's say I came to KNUST in 2021. So from 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, all the courses that I've done throughout the semesters of each year, I can just come here and then what select the year and then what select the semester, and it will give me the courses that I registered for that semester. Okay, that is what the registration slip does. It gives you the courses that you've done throughout the semesters of the years that you've been in school, right? And then the check results also has the same format. So the check results also does the same thing, right? It gives you the results of what each academic year, or the semester results for each academic year. Okay, so you just come and then you select the academic year and then you select the semester, then it displays the results for you. And then assess lecturers. All right, so assessing lecturers, as I said previously, happens when we are about writing exams, right? Comes this way and then you feel it. But since it's not open, there's no need for me to go there, right? And then you go to the last one, that is the bill and payments. So the bill and payments refers to your fees and everything. So it looks like an online portal or an online version of your fees, right? So you come and then you see the breakdown of your fees for the semester. So I've not paid my fees, that's why it's like this. Those using the AMAP, the AMAP, you see something like amount you owe and amount owed, right? Amount you owe is what that means you have a debt to clear, but amount owed you means that the school owes you some amount. So reasonably, if the amount is something huge that you want to withdraw, you would have to write a letter to the school and all that, stating your reason for the withdrawal, and then they will refund your money. If not, the best option is to leave it in the portal. The following academic year, you deduct whatever that the school owes you from the current fees, and then you pay the balance, so that it will just add up. That is topping up to reach your fees for that academic year. That is how it is, right? So academic facility user fees, others field trip, practical training, so making the total amount. So amount paid, I've not paid any amount, but then the school owes me 12 cedis and some coins. So I'll just top up the 12 with the 12 cedis to suffix my fees, right? To get everything, right? So that's it. And then you can download a bill. You can download after the payment. So those of you that be applying for scholarships and all that, you can download this and upload it at the sections where they require your fees. Okay, right? So we have the payment portal. That's where you can go and make the payment of your fees online. But then mostly I would advise you use the banks instead, because if you pay online and then it doesn't reflect, you be in hot waters, right? So just go to the banks, pay your fees. If it hasn't reflected, you have your receipt and all that. So this is the student's email, right? When you click on it, it opens the student's email portal, but then it opens a portal that allows you to enter your username and your password, and then you get access to the email platform, right? Benefits of the email address or using the school's email is that you get access to some materials free of charge or probably on a discount, right? When you use it in purchasing online stuffs, mostly educational stuffs, you get some discount or you get some free materials which will be beneficial to you. Okay, and then the payment portal. Okay, I've already talked about that. So let's go to the dashboard again. Option change. So option change is a model for modifying academic preferences and settings, but then right now it is not active, so you can't actually use. So let me go to one most important thing, the virtual classroom, and talk about it, and then we look at the others. Right, so KNUST virtual classroom, very, very important. Right, you don't log in as a guest, you log in using your your username and then your password. Okay, so I have that already filled in, so I'll just tap on it and then log in. So the virtual classroom, as its name suggests, virtual. So it's a classroom on an online platform where you have access to your class materials. So some of your lecturers may decide to record some lessons or upload videos of some lessons and ask you to go and watch, or they will ask you to submit some assignments there. They'll upload the questions and ask you to come and answer them. Because the academic work has not begun, most of those things are not available as at now, right? So your courses will show here, course names and the course codes, right? So you have a virtual orientation and then a tutorial where you get to answer some questions concerning the V class, right? After the tutorial, you answer questions and then you submit, and then that gives you full access to the virtual classroom. So the virtual classroom, your courses will come here. If there are materials on the platform, or if your lecturer has uploaded materials on the platform, when you come, you just click on the course card, and then it opens. It opens to where you get the materials. Then you choose whatever that you are looking for. Okay, so let's say you have a course which is English. Or you click on English, and then probably you do grammar, literature, and others. When you click on it, you see those the parts, the literature, the grammar, and everything. You get the materials for whatever that you are looking for. Okay, and then you would see your course mates who have used the virtual classroom for the last 5 minutes. So as at now, I have 11 users online. Okay, so that is that. You have the private files. The private files, you can upload your own private stuffs there. Nobody sees them unless you share, right? Then we have the calendar, right? But then when you go to the bottom, you can have access to the student email from here, right? The student email. When you click on it, it goes to the student email portal, and then you fill in the necessary details, and then you log in. We have the admission portal also here. We have check admission status. You've already gained admission. If you've not gained admission, you wouldn't be at this part of the platform, right? So there's no even need going there to check your status, right? And then the IT help desk. So if there's anything you want to know, and then the university. Then if you want to contact the school, you go through this medium, right? So that is that about the virtual classroom. Virtual classroom has everything about your class online, depending on what the lectures will provide. So keep watch out for information from your course reps concerning the virtual classroom. Sometimes you have issues, especially when it's a test. When the test is uploaded, so let's say the lecturer says the test starts at 1. They will program the test to start at 1, and if it is 30 minutes, it is over. You cannot use it, or you cannot answer the questions. So some of you try to play smart. Of course, we have all played smart. So with the quizzes or tests that will be done online, you have to prepare yourself before you come and start work, right? So it's just like a countdown. Once you start working, it starts counting down till the time is due, and it will close. Okay, and then the school has the examination portal that also looks like this, the virtual classroom, and then that one is only accessible in the computers in the school labs, right? So those of you, not even those of you, some of you be writing your exams in some of the computer labs in the school, the pharmacy building, the School of Medicine, the Prempeh Library, the laboratories, or the laboratories in the colleges, you may be using some of them to write your exams. So that is that. And then that one cannot be accessed outside the lab. Okay, and then they put passwords on it. Okay, so let's go back. So as you can see, I've been inactive on the portal for a while. This is to check what's traffic. So if you come there, you stay there without doing anything for a minute, then you'll be automatically logged out, right? But then if you continue working, you stay logged in. Okay, so that was that about the virtual classroom. So this is about graduation. Graduation model helps students track and fulfill graduation requirements. So if you're about graduating, you come to this portal and then follow the details that are there, provide whatever information that you're supposed to provide, and keep track of your graduation process as you head towards your graduation day. Okay, and then transcript request. If you want a transcript for scholarships, you come here, then you click on the transcript card, then you go there, provide the necessary details, and you get your transcript. I think you'll be charged for it, like in the alumni details. You get details about popular alumni and all that. So that is that about the KNUST Students Portal, or the web version of the AMAP. So basically the AMAP does all this, but then you cannot use the AMAP to reset your password, right? The AMAP cannot be used to reset your password when you try to take you to a web version, and it's kind of not really nice. So most of us prefer the Students Portal because it's easy to use. So that is that about the Students Portal. So I'll wrap up on the things that we've done so far. So we talked about resetting your password, right, or getting your credentials. So you enter your name, that is your username, that is the first letter of your names, and then the last full name, right? And then you enter your student ID, then you click on forgot password, then you go through the 3 steps, that is you enter your student ID again, then you check the email address, then and then a confirmation message will be sent to you saying that the link to reset your password has been sent. You go to your Gmail, go to spam messages. If you've not reported the message as a spam, go to spam messages. You'll find the KNUST Students Portal message there. Click on here, right, to reset your password. So when you are resetting the password, make sure that the new password matches with confirm new password, right? When you enter in the first step, make sure it's the same to you enter in the second step so that it matches. If not, you have an error. Okay, so that is that about it. And then you came to check the Students Portal where we have the course registration slip, the status checker, and everything. That is that about the Students Portal. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on the videos. Share and then turn on the notification button for more. Bye.